Isn't this incredible? All of you people, different places, me here, not there, everybody on screen. So, wow. Miracle of the internet and Zoom.
Yeah. Here, please go ahead. You can proceed.
Okay, guys. So the next subject that I'm going to talk about a little bit is intercultural encounter. So first of all, let me just begin by saying that we're generally very informal in Israel, okay? So children in school call their teachers by the first name and the principal by the first name. And you all refer to me as Mom Sarah, but no, my name is Sarah. And I highly encourage you when you meet your employer and the family, ask them how they would like to be called. And most likely, you can ask if they would like to be called Abba or Ima, which is, father or mother in Hebrew. But, most likely they would like to be called by their first name, like everyone else calls them. And I will just say that, we don't want to call a person honey, sweetheart, Mr., ma'am. It's kind of impersonal in our culture, okay? It's very impersonal. We like to call people by their first name, not by a nickname either, okay? A nickname implies maybe too familiarity. So first name is usually what is accepted, all right? So when you're introducing to someone, you say your first name, they say your first name. And don't be insulted if they can't pronounce your first name, okay? If your name is something that they're not familiar with and they have a difficulty, they may decide to call you an Israeli comparable name or something, and be tolerant, okay? I'll just say that, I would like, the only people that can call me Ima are my own children. I don't want any strangers calling me Ima. So, it's best to discuss it with the family and get that off of the books. Okay. So let's see, what else can we talk about in intercultural encounters? Intercultural differences are differences in tradition, food, norms, beliefs, values, which vary between nations, people, ethnic groups, and speakers of different languages. Every culture has its own way of expressing itself. Every culture is its own way of defining conflict, passing messages, resolving conflict, and talking about it. Every culture has its own way to express emotions and talk about emotions. Well, about emotions, basically, strangers don't really express emotions, right? We express our emotions with people that we feel close to, that are, have our trust, and so on. So you may find that Israelis are very direct, very loud. They speak with a lot of pathos and body language and hand gestures and facial expressions, and sometimes people will be interacting with each other in the family, and you'll think, oh, they're fighting because they're talking in such loud tones, and they're interrupting each other and so on. And no, they're just discussing something. So you'll get to know it soon enough. It may seem less polite than you're used to, with a lot of, formalities of before and after each word and so on in each phrase. But it's just the way people interact in Israel. And I will say that because we're a country of, a young country of so many different immigrants, that there's so many different, variations of how people live their life, interpret different situations, and so on, depending on the family background of where you're going to be staying with, and so on. You may have to learn more than one language, okay? And in terms of Judaism, you have to understand that perhaps this is the first time that the family has any kind of encounter with a person that is not Jewish, okay? And I'm assuming that this will be your first encounter with Jewish people as well. So yeah, keeping an open mind and being flexible, and you're going to make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes, and you just have to be, honest and respectful, and I'm sure it'll be all right in the end. How to adjust to a new culture. Be patient, give yourself time. It's important you keep your culture and customs and traditions. And a few tips about adjusting to a new culture you'll find on this YouTube presentation that you can look at if you have some free time. And I invite you again, talk to us, talk to each other. Have you heard something about Israeli culture? What have you heard? Do you have any concerns about adjusting to Israeli culture? Do you have any questions about Israel, politics, religion, customs, anything at all? You're welcome to ask, and we're here for you. Anyone would like to share something or ask? Angela, where are you going to be stationed? Do you know what family you're going to be with?
My workplace will be in Bene Barak.
Oh, wow. Okay. And you're going to be caring for a man or a woman?
Yeah, it would be a man, a 96-year-old man.
Wow. Okay. So do you know anything about Bnei Brak?
I may probably watch some YouTube videos, and the place is more of a religious
Very
society.
religious.
Yes,
Exactly.
so I may
Very
have to
religious.
I may have to try checking another more resources such as YouTube, Wikipedia, or for the culture more to further study it.
Relax. You'll pick it up as you go along. Do you speak
I
other
will do.
languages? You speak other languages besides English?
No, this is the only language that I do have aside from Filipino and also English.
Okay. And does the family that you're going to be working for speak English?
Based on the contract that I signed, no, it's purely Hebrew.
Okay. Well, I'll just say something about Bnei Brak as a community in general. Okay. Most of the people there speak Yiddish, which is like a form of German. Being a very good English speaker, you may, understand some words because English is a Germanic language. And also they are mostly European immigrants, Holocaust survivors very often, very close community. And yeah, it's going to be a very different experience for you, very
It
traditional.
it will be a very interesting and a very good experience for me.
Very, very big learning curve.
Will
And
do.
I
Yeah.
just want to say something about food, okay, in general. Everything is available in Israel, supermarkets, open markets, everything is available that you may want or think about or like. Everything is imported and so on. It's not grown here. But I will say that you all know probably that there are dietary laws that Jewish people abide by. And in a Jewish kitchen, like everybody's kitchen is a sensitive spot, right? Your mother's kitchen is also a sensitive spot. So don't be offended in the beginning. If they don't trust you, they ask you not to put your food here or there, or not to touch their food here or there, using their refrigerator, using the different utensils, whatever. They have a lot of strict rules. Religious Jewish people have a handbook on how to live your life every minute of your day, from the minute you're born to the minute that you die, and a little bit after that. So you just have to learn the do's and don'ts, and it'll take time. And they know you know nothing, so it's their responsibility to teach you. Okay? It'll be fine, Angelo. You're going to
Yes,
be enjoying
will
it.
do.
It'll be a very big experience for you. And then
Yes,
once
thank
you leave Bnei Brak, you're back in the regular work.
thank you.
Okay. But anyone else like to ask a question or share something?
Do you have any concern?
Politics? Anything?
Yeah. Security, cultural, some information that you like to have. You curious about something?
So if no one has anything they'd like to share or ask, I'll just say a few more things. First of all, I want you all to know that Israel is a relatively safe country. Okay. You should not feel uncomfortable in the streets, in the day, in the night. Most places are lit like everywhere else in the world. Most of the streets are, with cameras for security from different agencies and so on. And you may also find cameras in the home that you're going to be working for. It's also probably a pretty common thing. For your own for your own security, and definitely until you're trusted with whatever is going on. Usually there will not be any cameras in bathrooms or in your private room, right? Everybody has the right to have their own privacy. But people like cameras. I mean, also for security reasons. Okay, there may be alarms in the house, for burglars or bars on the windows or whatever. But depending on where they live, and what experiences they've had or what anxieties people have, sometimes it's not related to anything but their own anxieties. But this is pretty common. But in general, you should use common sense like everywhere else in the world, right? You don't want to be without any money in a dark place in the middle of the night, not knowing how you're going to go from one place to another. So Anat will probably send you some links on transportation and so on. But in general, it's a very safe place to be in all the open spaces and cities and so on.
Absolutely.
Anyone have any comments or questions about anything? Please do so, because our time is kind of running out today, and it's Friday. And as you know, on Friday in the afternoon is when the sun goes down, our Shabbat comes in. People work a half day, and then no transportation. Most businesses are closed, and we go into quiet mode until Saturday evening or Sunday morning.
All right, everyone. So, if not,
I will say goodbye. I will say Shabbat
bye,
Shalom.
Sarah. Shabbat Shalom, Sarah.
Shabbat Shalom for everyone, and we'll be in touch again on Sunday.
Thank
At
you.
Itam, Anat, you have some more
Yes.
information you want to give everyone? So I will
Yes.
just say goodbye now
Goodbye, Sarah.
Thank you.
and
Bye,
leave
Sarah.
you
Thank you,
to the rest
Sarah.
of it. Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
Have a
Sarah.
nice
Thank you.
weekend. Rest,
Thank you,
relax.
Mom.
Bye, Mom. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you all on Sunday.
That's it. Okay, so hi, everyone.
Bye, Mom.
So earlier today, we did not finish the meeting and we did not go over the words in Hebrew, the short Hebrew lesson. So I believe I owe you a short.
Annette, where is your camera?
Oh, that's what I said, that I have a problem with the camera. I said it at the beginning of the meeting. So
Okay, we can see your
unfortunately,
beautiful face.
it's not working at the moment. But I was here the entire time. Listen, I was here with you. So I apologize for that.
It's okay. Annette.
Yes.
Sorry. I actually don't. Actually, I forgot to send a message to the Dahlia, the one who get. But the name of my agency is actually my question is this.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I like to end our the recording.